Chapter 4 The Mermaid's Portal. With a sudden shift, the seamstress rose over the hidden portal and signaled the new moon to pull the tide away just a little more. As if she had the moon threaded to her hands, she pushed the tidal wave back into the sand, just long enough to pry the door open.
"Come home,"
said the seamstress. Caught in hesitation, my heart nudged the body forward, but I wouldn't quite listen. That tidal swell came crashing back, and now it pushed the portal shut as that hidden doorway was overtaken by the ocean.
"You won't get too many more chances. This journey requires action. Leap at the next opportunity you get. Otherwise, you'll never discover what the soul has been missing,"
said the seamstress. She leapt from the mound of sand and splashed into the ocean water. Above the door, the tide sank as I searched for the seamstress, who had disappeared towards the portal. As the bluish-green sea foam began to settle, a mermaid emerged when she pulled upon the hidden portal's handle. "Come home," her voice said again. In amazement of this mermaid's tale, my mouth dropped open when I hesitated again as a wave crashed down upon the land, forcing the doorway to close under the ocean. I'd never been this close to a wild mermaid, and in a matter of moments, the swell retreated as it pulled at the wooden portal where the mermaid reappeared as the portal reopened. These ocean waves were symbolic of the heavy swells of grief that arise after extreme loss or heartbreak. But the longer we wait to take action, the more it seems we ache. Oh, I didn't know how to deal with the heavy waves of grief until I caught sight of that mermaid. There were no words which could force me to jump into the portal, but my soul knew I had to go. Oh, but these waves of grief were so heavy. Oh, if only I had the courage to get lost in life's flow. With my eyes upon her ocean, it seemed to move in slow motion, and there I heard the shape-shifting seamstress, who may have been the mermaid, whispering. What if the question to ask is, what are these waves of grief revealing? Can you see that it is from these heavy waves of grief that the secret portal, which was once hidden, is now opened? What you call grief is heavy, yet it is a sacred experience. And such deep feeling lives within the spirit of every human. What if instead of being swept away by the grief, or live in avoidance, what if you surrender, dove into it, and enter into the portal to merge with it, said the mermaid. Within the mermaid's gaze, I saw a reflection of a grand wave rise out from the sea. This was the heaviest wave of oceanic grief, and such a giant force was going to humble me. When we face our fears, we become fearless, and if you enter, you will find the source of all hidden secrets. No teacher can give you these secrets, and if you miss this, you'll never find me again as a shapeshifter, mermaid, or seamstress. This is your chance to enter a brand new experience. Are you ready to enter a hidden city? If so, dive headfirst into it, said the mermaid. With a peak towards the monstrous wave, the riptide curled overhead. Why, this wave was like 10 towers piled on one another, while we were right in the danger zone, when I realized that in only a few moments, we'd all be dead. Time stood still, while the mermaid remained ever playful. Then a moment later, she revealed her cap and bells and gave them a jingle. Who are you? I wondered. Long ago, I thought I was someone, but I have changed over 1,000 ways since then. Who I am and what I do is so into the essence of all creation. Yet the menaces of the world call my teachings madness. They've burned me at the stake, and they've hunted my soul because it's ever mysterious. These serious people say I exist in a state of folly, yet you and I know that men and women of this planet are far too serious, so what's the worry? This is not goodbye, it's hello to a new life. Do not look for me after this if you refuse, for I have led you to the secret portal to uncover your deepest purpose. Enter within and embrace the spirit of playfulness, said the shape-shifting mermaid seamstress. Right before that giant wave crashed down, the mermaid tossed the cap and bells into the sky when I leapt forward to catch one of its bells. As I fell through the air, the last giant rogue wave curled over as I snatched the hat and landed inside the portal beneath the sand. Just as my body slipped inside the doorway, the oceanic wave crashed upon the sand where the door was slammed. Water drenched the mermaid and I as our bodies were pressed against one another. I'd never seen a mermaid in real life, yet it only took 1 second beside her to know that I loved her. Salt water sloshed beneath the cracks as the ocean tide began to push us up and in. She winked as sea foam bubbled us up to the surface, and at last, with the secret portal closed behind us, the legendary mermaid swam to the door and twisted the inner lock shut. "The seamstress is wild," said the mermaid as she bowed and pressed her forehead against the door. This was a hidden cavern, and there in the distance I could see a pathway of moss beside a river that burrowed somewhere under the edge of America. And how does moss grow down here? Moss grows where magic settles. It's soft, resilient, and patient. Wherever you find moss thriving, then folklore says peace lives near, said the mermaid. With the cap and bells in hand, water dripped from my nose, while the tide packed fresh sand against the outside door to the ocean. How much longer would it be hidden? Maybe a few lifetimes more? I see you found a way to trust yourself, said the mermaid. No, I don't think I know what I'm doing. Hey, be nice to him, said the mermaid. Who? You! You need to be nicer to you, she said. A moment later, a child crept along the moss after it heard us talking. This little kid had blue skin and got down on its hands and knees before the child whispered something. How did he survive? Asked the child. He didn't just survive, he is learning to thrive. He walked through a sword of fire. He let it burn away his weaknesses one by one. And look at him, he's come home stronger, said the mermaid. But he lost everything. His name, his place, and his people, said the child. And that's exactly why he's unstoppable. He has nothing left to lose. No chains, no limits, no mercy. And so his life is being renewed. So the world fears him or loves him? Asked the child. After a moment of silence, it seemed that this gathering was beyond what a normal person could understand. This secret meeting was under the sand and totally unplanned. Yet I did not recognize this young child or the mermaid as she led me to the moss while she swam. Do you two know each other? Yes, I know this playful child well. His name is Sweet Baby Krishna, said the mermaid. Now Sweet Baby Krishna and the mermaid waited silently. What is this place? Is it a secret city? Each of these strange souls looked side to side with peculiar smiles before the mermaid said, It is not a noun, not even a verb. This realm goes beyond ideas and transcends the movements of motion. This secret is not limited by a name, but it is free from the known. So whatever you think it is, It is not. And once you think you understand it, you realize you cannot. You may call it all attractive, yet the closest idea may be that it is infused with gnosis, as it can only be realized through direct experience. There are no words to do this realm justice. Know that it is you and I, as a seamstress. It is here with all of us, and it is the home of sweet baby Krishna. Why, this is our city, which defies all boundaries. All are welcome, yet there are no memories, because this realm has no past or future. It is purely in the present moment. And don't you remember why you built this door? You connected this door to the outward world as a meeting place for all of us. You yourself paved the path through this parallel reality to lead us back to our soul's truest purpose, said the mermaid. I assure you, this is my first visit. Otherwise, why would I have left? You're the one who led me here. And if this secret city was really something I remembered, then how come I didn't even know there was a portal? Well, there is a reason you left, and it's okay that you forgot the plan. You went off upon a great search because we needed to get an answer to the great riddle, and that is why you've traveled oh so far through the earthly land, said the mermaid. I'm afraid I have no idea what you're talking about. Last I remember, I was a serious man, abandoned in the soggy sand. So let me be clear, I am not who you think I am. Oh, that's exactly what a time traveler like you would say. You cannot fool a seamstress like me, for I am too wild. Now tell me, have you solved the great riddle? Asked the mermaid. What riddle? You can't be serious. Of course you're kidding. You wouldn't go out into that messy world and forget the riddle's hidden question, said the mermaid. What question? Well, if the first birth is inner, and the second birth is outside and beyond, then what new life will arise after the rest of you dies? And so, riddle us this. What happens when the spiritual birth comes alive to unite both the inner, the middle, and the outside, said the mermaid. A spiritual birth? What are you talking about? Oh, you cannot fool a seamstress. And how can you answer a question with a question? Go on. We wish to hear about the great transformation. Teach us. What has the world taught you as you travel throughout the nations? Go on and share your wisdom, for within this door lives a hidden society which connects the dots between Earth and our parallel reality. Allow these spirits to receive the truth about the human path that leads home to divinity. So again, after the first birth, we expose what is within. Why, that is the world you entered in. Then that leads us to the second birth, which gives rise to the consciousness upon the planets. Yet the third birth, why, that is a spiritual mystery. Now let us take you so you can teach everyone. You must explain about the third birth and reveal its mystery. We wish to know your answer to the riddle with crystal clarity, said the mermaid. Meanwhile, sweet baby Krishna came forward and tugged upon my shoulder. But where was his mother? And was this little one a her? Now the child pulled at the cap and bells before he placed it upon my head. What do you need, little one? I'm fixing your crown, said sweet baby Krishna. Crown? This isn't mine. It's the seamstress's hat. Oh, you can't trick me. This is the crown of playfulness, said sweet baby Krishna. And how old are you? Well, I'm right here. And age doesn't matter in here. But I guess you could say I've been about 1 million versions of me since I arrived. And if you're asking about who I am now, why today, I'm a version of myself that is grateful to be alive. Why in each and every second, I am fresh, and this new me feels an unquestionable need to fix your crown, which is so exquisite, said sweet baby Krishna. You seem to be quite wise, but where's your family? When it comes to our parallel reality, we are all brothers and sisters of youthful energy, which is a reflected view from the inside out that dwells within all beings, whereas the world you came from, which we call life upon the earth, is almost entirely concerned with how the outward layers appear, which is why we sent the seamstress to find you. Now, as we are all youthful souls in this parallel reality, we are all family who live inside ourself. And you are smart to recognize that the youthful ones are most wise. The more playful you are, the more you feel alive, said sweet baby Krishna. And do you think that maybe you're 6 or 7? Could be. Or maybe I'm 3, said sweet baby Krishna. The whole occurrence was so bizarre when I looked to the mermaid. And what are you up to with all this? Well, I should explain something. Let's say that you happen to be 7 in here. And if you complete all your practices and tasks, then this hidden reality will take away another year, and you'll find yourself down to 6. Down here, in this parallel reality, we count down until no seriousness is left to exist. Here within the parallel reality, we count backwards, not up, said the mermaid. But why would you count down and not up? Because the seamstress is wild, and in this realm we exist to deconstruct seriousness. We are most concerned with the one thing, which is our cure. And that's what you found within this door when you entered in to the spirit of playfulness, said sweet baby Krishna. Are you sure this isn't a mistake? Have I died and ended up here? Krishna laughed when the mermaid responded, Oh, I'm afraid your tricks no longer work on us. Why don't you tell us what happened up on the earth's surface that made you oh so serious? I can barely remember, and I'm new to all of this. Here, sweet baby Krishna, from now on, you wear the cap and bells, because I'm sure the seamstress would appreciate such a trick. After removing the cap and bells, it was placed upon the head of sweet baby Krishna. A gift for me? He asked. You know you've healed some when the big waves of grief come, but they don't drown you anymore. When the wave you used to think was going to destroy you or kill you simply passes over, and somehow it cleanses you. It wipes away all the pain and reveals that somewhere deep within is a peaceful presence. That wave didn't kill us, it freed us. And now by giving away the cap, you reveal such deep wisdom. And that is the seamstress's wild essence. Such a shapeshifter can change confusion into a great teaching. And only a brave soul can generate love out of tremendous suffering, said the mermaid. But I know that you're the seamstress. I am not what you think I am, but rather I find myself in between lives. Not long ago, I appeared as a dark tigress to a serious man, and who will I be next? Maybe it is sweet baby Krishna who is the seamstress, or maybe our spirit of playfulness will never be disrupted again. Only someone as playful as a child could understand the seamstress's pure wisdom, said the mermaid. Oh, this is quite confusing. I don't even know who I am. Let me remind you who you are. You are an answered prayer. You are the wish of fulfillment. You are not something the world has left behind, so don't confuse your identity with the old world's distortions. Your presence is truly a gift, said the mermaid. Oh, and what's next? This moment. And I think it's time you receive your divine inheritance. Now go claim your ticket, said the mermaid. What do you mean, a ticket? Why, yes, in here, everyone gets a divine ticket, which reveals their truest purpose. Shall we visit the mystic? Then you will be delivered a divine ticket, said the mermaid. And who remains within this so-called parallel reality? Are we hiding in here? Or what is the purpose of this place exactly? Why, it seems you've forgotten. In here we exist from the inside out. The oldest beings here are the most serious, and the youngest among us are the wisest. Now, as for such a purpose, it's up to us to create it, but it always helps to get a divine ticket. And we're not really hidden. We're just a fine secret waiting for a conscious human. But unfortunately, not many find us here because the world has been misled by the earth monsters as they've been seduced by the whore of Babylon, said the mermaid. The whore of Babylon? Earth monsters? Who? Oh, the whore. She's misled the outside world and turned the people astray. The world has had many evil rulers, and most of them wage world wars and commit terrible crimes as they try to conquer the Earth Kingdom. Long ago, there was a pure queen, but the whore of Babylon sways good men to become wicked through the power of seduction. That is why our secret portal remains oh so hidden, said the mermaid.